TradingNut Q&A with Andre Stewart from Chart Artist Trading. Andre, question for you today is how do you create a trading plan? How do you create a trading strategy? A step-by-step approach. Any recommended books? Thank you very much. So a bit of a sort of weird question here. That's from Andy Ong from Singapore. So that's it's a multi-part answer required, I think. So trading plan, how do you create one of those? How do you create a trading strategy? Wants a step-by-step approach, and any recommended books?
So I'm going to work backwards. Books, no. Why? Because the truth isn't in the books. They're selling books because they can't trade. That's my flat-out answer on that. How do you create a trading plan? You got to spend time with the market. And I'm going to say this again, I've probably said it in every single one of these questions I've answered, is you have to look at the market without bias, right? What does that mean? Look at a higher time frame chart. Look at it, excuse me, free your mind from patterns, free your mind from support and resistance, all that, right? Mainly because the people who are creating quote-unquote support and resistance lines aren't looking at candlestick charts. Just not happening, because that's kind of a view on the interbank market. They're just dealing, right? They're literally just dealing. So then what you have to attempt to figure out is, well, where are they dealing, right? God, I'm probably going over their heads with this one, but it's okay. And then once you can determine where the dealing is, do you get in on a retest? Now, what did I do? I'll tell you what I did. I back tested my face off, and I still do it to this day. You have to look at the chart without bias, and you have to really focus on what you see. Not what's on YouTube, because you're not going to find the truth on freaking YouTube. You're not going to find the truth in Forex Factory, none of those sites. It's just not there. It's just not there. So you have to spend time with the market, back test your face off, and determine what it is that you see. Again, not your mentor, because I even tell the members in my group, like, who cares what I see? I've given you the framework. You create around the framework, because that's what you have to do. Determine what you see in the market, and then you have to exploit that. So I can literally tell you my trading plan. Find my key prices, find where I believe the lower high of the day, week, a month, or year is going to come in at, and I trade that. That's my trading plan. Also, my trading plan is 8 to 12 pip stop, because if I'm wrong, I want to know sooner rather than later, and I'm going to take it to my next determined target. Now, you also have to decide, too, and I harp on this pretty heavily, is, are you a scalper, intraday, intra-week, or a swing trader? That's the other thing you have to decide, and that's something that's very, very underrated. Because, again, if you're an impatient person, you may want to scalp. If you are moderately patient, or if you're looking at percentage returns, you may want to look at day trading. If you're more of the lower risk trader, you may want to look at swing trading. So those are all questions that only you can answer for yourself. There was trading plan, books. What was the other one?
Trading strategy.
So again, your strategy is going to come. Okay, no, I'm going to tell the truth. Strategy sucks, because you need to understand how the market works, and then you build a strategy around how the market works. Because you can't just take something very arbitrary and make it work. Question everything. So, like indicators, and I'll tell you this: any indicator, even volume profile, right? Like, you have to question all that. MT4 and MT5 don't come preloaded with anything helpful. Question that. Support and resistance. Question that. It's so common, but I have yet to meet a trader who is profitable by trading support and resistance in the retail sense of it. I don't know anyone that does. So figure out, it's a market. So figure out pricing, figure out key pricing. And how do you figure out key pricing? I think you literally have to look at the charts without bias on the higher time frames. I would say daily and above. Work out what happens, because the same thing happens every single day. And you can work yourself to a very high win rate with very, very good returns. But again, question everything. Because the truth just isn't out there. So one, back test your face off if you really want it. Determine how you see the market. Strategy sucks. You may want to understand the market from an interbank perspective. Again, retail stuff talks nothing about that. Free your mind from candlestick patterns and all that noise, because it's literally just noise. Get connected. Start off with just one pair, right? Get to know it, but get to know it from a perspective of how the market works, because that's what's going to translate into you being able to trade any pair. Because I remember when you first interviewed me, I think I was just trading USD CAD, cable, and euro, because I built my connection to those pairs. And now I trade everything except for stocks. It's too much work. And again, books suck. The truth's not in the books. You're just not going to find it. You need to find the uncommon knowledge, not the common knowledge. And there's another long-winded answer for you.
Thank you, Andre. That's most helpful. Hopefully, Andy, you get some direction out of that. Right, guys, if you've got future questions you'd like answered, please send them to Cam at TradingNut.com, or you'll find links on the website, or just post it in the social media, and we'll get those answered for you in the future.